Hey, what up, everybody? This is Marcellus of Marcellus King Photography, and wanted to make a real quick video on Bitcoin and dollar cost averaging. Today is August the 24th, 2015. If for those of you guys who have been following Bitcoin prices, you kind of notice there's been a bit of a drop, a drastic drop. And I think that's caused a lot of people to kind of freak out and, sell their Bitcoin, back into currency or look into other options or just become really worried about their Bitcoin investment. And I'm here to tell you to not worry about it. And as a matter of fact, you should actually buy more Bitcoin. And this goes for any sort of investment that is going through this type of turmoil. As a matter of fact, the Dow is down in general, so it's not just Bitcoin, but it's everything. And now is the actual best time to buy. A lot of people invest emotionally, and when they see these things happen, they tend to freak out. And in order to avoid a loss, they sell, what they currently have, which is the absolute worst thing you can do. Meanwhile, those who are more familiar with investing are actually buying up more and more. And what I want to show you today is a technique called dollar cost averaging. Whether you're using Bitcoin or whether you are investing in regular stocks or just systematically putting money into anything, this is something that every consumer needs to know when it comes to systematically investing money, especially when you're doing it consistently over a time of period. So I went ahead and created a spreadsheet, but first I wanted to kind of show you what everybody's freaking out about here. So let's go ahead and switch over to the left monitor, and let me minimize this spreadsheet and show you these Bitcoin prices. Right now, it is at $208.34. It is down like almost $20. And if you notice that, earlier in July, it was up to $310. And it's really made a drastic drop lately. And I think that's because there's a lot of factors. There's been a lot of sales on some of the markets, some really big sales. And then there's two people just really speculating and really getting worried about the Bitcoin fork between Bitcoin and Bitcoin XT. So there's been a lot of factors, not really any one thing that has really caused a lot of market uncertainty. But where a lot of other people freak out, I'm really excited. I wish I had more money to invest in it. So I just keep doing as much as I possibly can in order to, buy more Bitcoin. So with those numbers, and the reason why I want to show you those numbers, because I wanted to show you some really realistic numbers, numbers that we have seen throughout this, time period. So let me go ahead and bring my spreadsheet up. And this is my Bitcoin dollar cost averaging demonstration spreadsheet. So let me give you like a brief introduction as to what we're looking at here. So this is a scenario where we're investing $500 a month. And you can go ahead and create your spreadsheet on your own if you wish. And just in case if you don't believe the numbers, feel like I'm pulling some sort of magic. And over a 12-month period, if we were investing this amount of money, this is how much we would come up with. So I can click on that. You can see the formula there. So no magic happening there. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to first have a scenario of the Bitcoin price as, some people would want it to be, where it's just constantly rising. I want to show you what happens in that scenario. And then I'll go ahead and plug in some numbers over here, and you'll see these numbers start to fill in. And you're going to see an amazing difference and really something to really kind of reassure you as far as your Bitcoin investments and what you're putting in, especially if you're putting in systematically. So at the current Bitcoin price, I just plugged in $250. And at $500 that we were able to put in, we're able to buy 2 Bitcoins. And so let's say, for example, the next month in February, it rises up to 255. And so the 2 Bitcoins that we previously purchased, plus the amount of Bitcoins that we were able to purchase on this one, I should have did like the amount of Bitcoins purchased per period, but I didn't just now thought about that. But anyway, you get the idea. And going all the way down to December, we have the price rising by basically $5 a month, which if you're investing, systematically, a lot of people would normally get pretty excited about this. They'd be like, wow, I've been putting money into this, and as much as I've put into it, I've, gained, money. So they would have invested a total of $6,000, and they would have came out with $6,703. So a $703, $39 difference. So now we want to switch over to scenario 2, which is where more realistic and what we've actually been seeing. So let's say, for example, the current Bitcoin price. Whoops, I forgot which one I actually put the numbers in, but we'll figure that out real quick. So actually, let me look at my formula. So, okay, J7. Okay, all right. So it's this one right here. I should have really marked those numbers. So my fault. So anyway, in January, let's just say the Bitcoin, it started off at the same price, $250. So we were to buy, 2 Bitcoins, and let's just say it just started dropping a little bit. Let's say, $245 and then 240. So as you can see, we're really kind of, dropping here in the value of Bitcoins. But what I want you to pay attention to is this, is that the number of Bitcoins owned is actually more. And the reason being is because we're using the same amount of money, but we're buying at a lower price, and therefore we're able to get more Bitcoins for our money. And so the value here, I want you to pay close attention as we go down this list. I'm going to come up with, let's say, example, 230, and then 225. So we're really starting to see some, numbers, drop here. We're kind of getting, worried about our total investment. But if you notice, we're up to 10 Bitcoins versus, 9. Now, let's have a scenario where, Bitcoin went down to 190. People freaking out. Oh my God, our value is at 2,498. And let's say, it went down even further. I mean, I'm really giving some bad scenarios here, like stuff that we haven't even seen, and then let's go ahead and hop back up to, let's say, 200 and 230. And then finally, after a period of time, it starts snapping back, so we get back up to our original 250. And I want you to notice something here. Right now, in October, on the scenario 1, the price is at $300. Here, the price is at $250, which is the original price that we started off at. But yet, if you look at the total current Bitcoin value, here on the scenario 1, it's $5,511.48, whereas here, it's $5,737. And the reason for that is because during those price drops, we were able to buy more Bitcoins. So whereas here we have 18 Bitcoins, over here we have 22. And let's say that they eventually matched up. So we'll say, 280 here. And then we'll go ahead and bring it up and have them end at the same price, which is $310. And now look at this. Whereas the total gain versus invested, we've gained $703.39 in scenario 1, but in scenario 2, we have gained $2,168.31 over the $6,000 that we initially invested. And that's because we were systematically, regardless of whatever happened, investing that $500 a month consistently. This is what investors know and what a lot of consumers don't know. So when they see that market freak out, when they're looking at TV and they're like, oh my God, the Dow's dropped like 1,000,000 points and, sell everything. No, you don't want to do that. I forgot who said it, but, when there's a lot of panic, get greedy. This is the reason for that. When you're seeing these items go on sale, basically, you're able to pick up more. Now, I'm going to really kind of throw these numbers around. Imagine, say for example, if Bitcoin just dropped to like, I don't know, let's say $50. I mean, we're going to get greedy here. I mean, look at that. I mean, the more it drops, the more these numbers, really just, oh, they're wonderful. So, the important thing is the end value, and what it, comes out to. And really, that's the only thing you have to worry about. But looking at Bitcoin as a technology, this is the wild, wild west of Bitcoin. There's a lot of uncertainty because this is a new technology, and a lot of people really aren't, too sure about that. Now, me, myself, I have looked into Bitcoin three times, and the third time that I looked at Bitcoin, I looked at it from a technical standpoint, and that's what I realized. Like, oh crap, this is something that I really need to get into. This is really a good thing. Whereas I ignored it the previous two times because I thought it was some sort of fad, some sort of new thing, which was a high security, risk, and I didn't really take a more deeper technical look to see how it worked before I made that decision. Whereas that third time I did, and I'm glad that I did. So I don't know. Hopefully, I might be a Bitcoin millionaire. You never know. But anyway, just wanted to show you that information because I've seen a lot of people just really freaking out, especially younger people who are really just started getting into investing, and there's just a lot of just uncertainty. And this can also be applied towards stocks or anything that you are systematically putting money into. Not just Bitcoin, but dollar cost averaging works in a lot of scenarios. So this is something that should be taught in schools. I really don't think it is. I never remember learning it. This is something that I learned when dealing with financials some time ago. So just wanted to show that information and to show these scenarios to show you just how much of a gain we're getting when we're taking advantage and really kind of just standing our ground when that market is taking these dips. It's a really, really wonderful thing. So I'm gonna try to make some more videos on Bitcoin. I actually picked up a Trezor wallet, and once I get my studio set back up, I want to go ahead and do another or do a review on that. I haven't even unboxed it, which I need to go ahead and do that. So I will show you that unboxing video when I get around to recording and editing it, as well as how to use the Trezor. And since this is really my first Bitcoin video, I think a lot of my subscribers are going to have a lot of questions on Bitcoin. So look forward to me explaining kind of like in a basic sense what Bitcoin is. There's a lot of videos out there already that really do explain Bitcoin at a more technical level, but I think that might be a little bit overwhelming for some people. So I wanted to start off with the basics and kind of explain it in that sense, and then just kind of dive in from there, depending on what type of questions are sent my way. So anyway, also I don't plan on putting any advertising on this video. I know everybody kind of hates ads being played, and instead I decided to go ahead and just go with a Bitcoin donation address because I really am curious to see if a lot of people are really kind of grateful for this type of information, whether they're willing to donate, and that'll inspire me to make more videos if that's the case, and really kind of make some more high quality videos. So there's my Bitcoin address. If you don't know how to send Bitcoin to that or how to use Bitcoin, just fire those questions my way and I will lead you in the right direction, as well as, like I say, making a video later on. So I want to go ahead and switch back to the webcam here. So if there's any questions, fire them up in the comments. If you're interested in learning more about Bitcoin, I do plan on putting Bitcoin videos on this channel, since this is my technical channel and we're dealing with a technical thing. So subscribe and you'll expect to find those hopefully within a few weeks here. So if there's any questions, feel free to put them in the comments, whether it's on this video or Bitcoin in general. I'm always really willing to answer any questions that are sent my way. So yeah, just fire them off. So anyway, I hope this really helps, and I really hope that this kind of sets a lot of people at ease when it comes to their investments, thinking that their investments are starting to lose money when they see the value in those investments drop at the moment. And this is really just information to tell you, don't worry about it. As a matter of fact, buy more while it's on sale. So remember that. Keep your money systematically going in and whatever you're dealing with, and buy it when it's on sale. You can compare this to any stock. You can fire up a spreadsheet, do the exact same thing if you're unsure of the numbers, but the numbers don't lie, so this is really good information. So just wanted to share that, and peace out. Have a nice day.